Hey YouTube, Atheist Madness. Hey you guys, I know it's been a while. I just want to touch base with you guys. Some of you know that I underwent a shift change, so now I'm working graveyards, and that will mess you up big time if you've never worked graveyards. So it just seems like, I work all night and then sleep all day, and not enough time to get anything done. But I have, short of making longer videos, I have been paying attention, for the most part, what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to say hi and maybe go into a little more what I was talking about last night. I was exhausted last night, as you can tell, on the subject of rock music, and kind of give you my testimony a little bit. I was saved in 1978 at a summer-long Bible week-long camp in the mountains of Spokane. Man, it was awesome. They had these little cabins up there. There's a week-long camp. I think the ages were between, I just barely made the list. It was like 12, I think I was 12 at the time, up to, I think, 16. But anyway, I didn't get a lot of church and stuff back then. So my parents feeling obviously guilty of not, getting me to church, teaching me the right ways, probably thought it would be a good idea to send me to this camp. So they paid for it, and I went, and the keynote speaker was David Wilkerson. No joke. David Wilkerson. Of course, he was just basically kicking off his ministry back then. This is 1978. And so he was, traveling around doing some of these little conferences for the kids. And it was amazing that week. It was amazing. I mean, I still remember after leaving there, I got saved, and I still remember filled with the Holy Spirit, no doubt. I remember leaving there, and for like a month after the camp, after I'd gone home, I was still on cloud 9. I don't know if you know what cloud 9 is, but that's when you're on this spiritual level with God. It's like you're so close to God, you can reach out and touch Him. To this day, after coming back to the Lord 10 years ago, I've noticed the closeness with the Lord. But not as close, I hate to say it, not as close as I felt when I was 12 years old, innocent of anything, any wrongdoing, and got saved. Still, I can't say that I feel quite that close that I did back then, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, that was awesome. And then, of course, I grew up. I was close to the Lord probably till 4 or 5 years, 16, 17, graduating from high school, and then went into the military. Yeah, that was it. And what I was trying to say last night is, you're walking with the Lord as a teenager, early 20s, and you step outside that box of protection, or you step outside that relationship just a little bit, and you get a hold of one of these rock and roll albums. And I loved music back then. I still love music, although my playlist is down to about maybe 20 songs as far as secular music, when it used to be probably 1,500. You get a hold of one of them albums, of these bands back then, and you basically don't stand a chance if you're outside of God's will for your life. You don't stand a chance. This music pulls you in. There's a spirit behind the music, which is a rebellious spirit, a spirit of drunkenness and partying. because even after a couple of attempts to turn away from, the party lifestyle and returning to the Lord, because I do believe the Lord never left me, and I'll give you a couple examples of that here in a second. The Lord never left me, but I couldn't break away from the music, is what I'm trying to say. So, I would make an attempt, go to church, a couple of times, say a prayer, but I was still listening to the music. Okay, the Ozzy Osbourne, the Dio, Fleetwood Mac, Metallica, AC/DC, Nazareth, all the rock and roll bands back in the day. And once I got back into the music, which I really never left, it would just pull you immediately back into having that rebellious spirit, thinking that you're above everything and that, nothing can touch you. And, you're this party, and it pulls you right back into the alcohol and the partying and all that. So I battled with that for, I don't know, man. I hate to say it, 2 decades, 25 years. And music was always in the background of this lifestyle. Always. Okay? I loved it. It was like an addiction from the first time that I heard it. And some of the songs were, Van Halen back in the day. You all know what I'm talking about. Those that grew up back in the day. So, yeah, man, music is powerful. And that, if someone asked me, what do you think was the number one thing that pulled you away from God or hindered you in your relationship with the Lord, I'd have to say it was the rock music back in the day, because the rock music led to other things. The rock music is like a spiritual, there's a spirit to it, okay? It's like a spiritual encounter. You can open yourself up. Listen, you guys remember the Led Zeppelin, right? Man, I used to sit there and listen to Led Zeppelin and basically not fully go into a trance, but you were just like, it was like having a spiritual experience, but only from the dark side. Yet the dark side was appearing as the light. You get my drift. So, yeah. That music, man. So, long story short, 10, 12 years ago, I realized in my spirit that I had to make a choice, and I had to turn away from all things that was pulling me away from God. So I took all my CDs, all my albums, and I had hundreds, and made a big bonfire and burned them, and that was it. And it was like a release, knowing that I had made a permanent commitment by destroying these things. I knew there was no turning back. And other things that happened in my life where I knew I wasn't turning back. It was time to make that decision for real. So, yeah, and I know I read all the. I always read the comments, guys. So thank you for commenting on the videos. I read some last night. There was a couple testimonies on there that were really good, and I want to tell you, I was right there beside you. Okay, I read these testimonies, and it sounded like my own story. So there you go with that. But yeah, so what else is going on? Okay, I guess there was some kind of bombing in Russia. Check this out.
Это просто нереально страшно, ребят.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on over there, but there's a lot of things going on in the Middle East, a lot of military movement. Who knows? You know, one of these days, they've already said peace and safety. One of these days, sudden destruction's coming. And the sudden destruction, you all know what I believe the sudden destruction is. The sudden destruction is 1/3 of the fallen angels are going to be cast to the earth. And that's going to be epic if you're still on the earth. And Satan is going to be cast down. That's Revelations 12, to devour the child, which is the church. And there's nothing right now that can devour the child more than this vaccine that's coming out. And when they mandate that, and unwitting Christians will take it, you know, to keep their jobs and to provide for their family, and not having done the research on what it is, they're going to take it. And I just believe in my heart of hearts that God has to make a move when that day comes. He has to make a move so that these people, he can protect these people. And there's only one way, and that's the escape. And it ain't my escape, it's what Jesus said, pray always to be worthy to escape the things that are coming on the earth and stand before the Son of Man. Jesus said it. That's the escape, the harpazo. When the dragon comes down to devour the child, the church. And right now, the only thing that I believe could do that, rapid speed, is the vaccination program that they've got lined up for everybody. So, we're close, you know. As far as I'm concerned, we're close to seeing something big happening. What else is going on? Yeah, so what else is going on? Well, there's a lot of crazy weather going on. Here in Southern California, not so much chemtrails like they were doing every single day for almost a year. It's pretty calm, pretty peaceful, but all around the world. Let me just show you a clip of some things that have been happening the last 30 days. Check this out. So there you go. So you guys, time's just about up. Operation Warp Speed's coming to a town near you very soon, using the military to help you and assist you in getting your vaccinations. Yeah. So anyway, that's about all I had to say today. I just wanted to say to my subs, I appreciate you all. Hang in there. Pray always that you are worthy to escape and stand before the Son of Man. And we don't stand before Jesus Christ in our own righteousness. Okay? I don't pray, Lord, make me righteous enough to stand before you. No. We stand before Him covered in His righteousness because we are His children, born again, covered in His blood that makes us righteous through Him and only through Him. And if you think about it, in Revelations it says that we once were in heaven, right after the apostle, we're at the throne. And what do? We cast our crowns at His feet, right? You ever thought about that? We cast our crowns. Why is that? Because we realize that we went from this earthly realm into the heavenly realm with our new bodies and our glorified bodies. And we're there wondering, how did we even make it in our filth and our sin? Well, we made it through Christ and what He did for us, and that we trusted in Him for our salvation and not of ourselves. That's why we made it. So we're ripping them crowns off like nothing. Here, Lord, you deserve this. You are worthy. I am not worthy. That's why we rip the crowns off. That's my interpretation. If you got another one, that's fine. But we cast our crowns at His feet because we're just overjoyed in unbelief that we're even standing before Him in heaven. I mean, can you imagine what that's going to be like? I can't even fathom it, okay? It's going to be incredible. Alright, guys. Well, anyway, I think that's about all I had to say today. But thanks, you guys, for being there, and a lot of your comments. Like I said, I read all the comments, and they're awesome comments, and I really appreciate it. So, until next time, you guys, take care.